Hi everyone, it's Stephen from the Toffee Blues back again with another 24/7 news report. We're going to get straight into this one, and we're going to start with Moise Kean actually. Um, Obviously, he's been on loan at PSG for a couple of months now, and he's got 5 goals in his first 7 appearances. And he was asked about his future, whether he's going to be returning to Everton or if he's enjoying himself in Paris. He's made the quote, "I'm focused on PSG for now. It's a good thing for me, and you never know in the future. League is a good league. You can learn a lot." Um, I think people are reading a little bit into this one a bit too much. I don't think there's much of a story here. It sort of feels a bit like he's dodging the question. I'm not sure even he knows what his future is going to be. But yeah, let me know what you think about it because obviously he's not covered himself in glory with us. He's gone to PSG and he seems to be setting the world alight. So let me know what you think. He seems to have scored some good goals. He's also been playing the Champions League as well. So, um, you know, I quite like him. I think he played quite well at the back end of last season, and obviously he's been asked the question and he's answered it. I'm not sure if anyone's really made a decision on his future yet. But I think we should probably give him another go. I think he could be a good player for us. But yeah, let me know what you think of Moise Kean, and should we give him another chance? Should we look to get some money for him while we still can? Yeah, let me know what you think about it because it's obviously quite an interesting one, especially with Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming to the fore and really showing some good signs and getting lots of goals. A lot of people aren't going to be too sure if they're going to want him back. I know a lot of people have given up on him already, but we'll move swiftly on. And the Echo have reported that Italian outlet La Lazio Siamo Noi, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, and probably not. Everton have actually received a boost in the pursuit of Luis Alberto, a former Liverpool forward actually, and it's not too often that the players cross the park anymore. But according to this Italian news outlet, he could be one. So he's a Spanish midfield player, and apparently Lazio have actually been looking for his replacement as they believe he could leave in the summer. They've identified Hellas Verona midfielder Mattia Zaccagni as his replacement if he does leave. And obviously, I think we need a lot of quality, don't we? We've seen the last couple of games about we don't have enough depth. We don't have enough players who are going to be constantly challenging for a place in the first team. We've got too many players who are happy to just come in and not really do it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, in recent seasons, he's really been a decent player for Lazio. And it could be a good move for us. I'm not sure on the fee. There's nothing too concrete about it so far, but yeah, the Lazio have said that they are looking for a replacement for him for if he does leave, and obviously, yeah, I think a lot of Evertonians would take him at the club, especially if we can get rid of some of the dead wood as well. And moving on again, Sam Allardyce. A lot of people won't be happy to hear that name, but he was being interviewed for the EFL show on Quest, and he stated that he's having itchy feet about returning to management. He said that it's the longest he's been out of football, and obviously a former Everton manager. I do expect him to return soon. Obviously, we were pretty poor in the time that he had with us, but obviously people will argue he kept us away from the bottom of the table, and I definitely think for a team, in the Premier League, I think he's better than Championship level. I do think for a team at some point this season, if someone loses a manager, I do think he's going to be an option for a lot of clubs, especially in the bottom half of the table. He is quite a safe option, to be honest. And don't get me wrong, he's a good manager at what he does, but yeah, he stated that he would like to come out and manage another team pretty soon. He said he's not actively looking for a job, but if someone came along and it was attractive to him, if he felt he could have a good relationship with the owners and the chief executive, then it could happen. And that is the quote that he's used on the EFL show on Quest. He could be looking at, later on, maybe into January, February, if a team loses their manager, I think he's probably going to be a safe option. And he's good at steering teams away from the bottom three. So he's a bit of news for Sam Allardyce for you. Obviously, he's not been in the game for a while, so would be interesting to see how he comes out and does, if he does find another job, especially in the Premier League. I'd like to see how he does. And then moving on as well, Carlo Ancelotti's made the statement that Everton have enough depth in the squad to cope with at least 12 more games before the end of January. I personally don't agree with this one. I don't think we have enough depth for the next game, to be honest. I think obviously we lost Fabian Delph against Burnley. A lot of people aren't too bothered about that one, but the fact that we've got Luca Dean and Seamus Coleman both injured at the moment, and the fact that the second choice left back isn't even on the bench at the moment, I think it's an interesting comment to make from Ancelotti, but who am I to judge? I mean, he thinks we have an up depth, and it's Phil Kirkbride who's reporting the story. You can go and check it out. It's on the Echo. Obviously, Luca Dean's facing between 2 and 3 months, and Seamus Coleman's missed the last 3 games. I just don't know if we've got enough depth to even make it to January at this point. We're going to have to really fight for some results. To say we have enough depth, I think he's sort of trying to, rally up a bit of confidence, but he'd be willing to use Alex Iwobi in a lot of positions we've seen, and Kunku's there. We've spoke about him playing at wing back. There could be a couple of players that get promoted to the first team as well, but I do not think we have enough depth. I think that's exactly why we want to dip into the market in January. I think especially after that performance against Burnley on Saturday, we need to be taking 3 points in games like that, and just have enough depth. I don't think that's true myself, but let me know what you think in the comment down below, if you think we have enough depth or if we don't, and also where do we need to strengthen coming into January. Fullback's an obvious one, but let me know where else. Talking about depth, actually, Everton have recently been linked with a Brazilian midfielder, Gustavo Assunção. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's Spanish outlet AS are claiming that Everton, Manchester United and Wolves are all 3 English sides who are carefully examining, that's in quotation marks, his performances. I've got to be honest, I don't have a clue who he is. It's a €25 million transfer, and Nice and Sevilla are also interested as well. I'm not sure exactly what type of midfielder he is. Maybe if he's a backup for if Luis Alberto doesn't gain any traction, if maybe we get an injury. But from the picture I'm looking at, he looks like a pretty young midfielder and we do need legs. You can't argue with that. We need legs in midfield. Allen and Decore have been good this season, but we definitely need depth, as I've just mentioned before, especially after that game against Burnley. I do think as many players as we can get in, as much quality as we can get in, I don't think it can be a bad thing to go out and dip into these sort of unknown players that aren't being tracked too much. Obviously, there's a few clubs looking at Gustavo, but if we can get him, I think that would be a decent move for us. We'll have to wait and see. And next up, we've got Robin Olsen. I didn't actually know he was missing, but he was missing for the last 2 matches. And the article just says Everton are hoping to have goalkeeper Robin Olsen back for the visit of Chelsea, and that was, of course, going to be the first game back with fans inside Goodison Park, which is going to be really exciting to see. And Robin Olsen looks like he's going to be coming back to provide backup to Jordan Pickford. He's a lone goalkeeper that we have, and obviously I'm quite interested to see him get another appearance if he does. At some point, Pickford's been pretty dire at times this season. he come back into a bit of form, found a bit of form. But I think Olsen against Newcastle was one of our best displays of the whole season. So, Ancelotti confirmed he's been missing the Swedish international because of injury, and he's expected to return for Saturday's game, where there will be 2,000 fans inside Goodison. And obviously, let me know in the comments below what you think about that game. Obviously, we think we're gonna preview it on the channel. Make sure you look out for that one. Let me know what you think of 2,000 fans inside Goodison. Will you be, if you do manage to get a chance to go, will you be taking it up? Will you be waiting until we can get 40,000 back in? And just let me know. Moving on next, we've got Roberto Martinez, who's spoken out in the Sunday Times. He's written in the Sunday Times today about how he scouted both Andy Robertson and Adama Traore when he was Everton manager. And taking it, this is when he just arrived at Everton, seen as that Robertson left Dundee to join Hull in 2014. So I'm guessing would have been in his early on in his first season with us, which was that great season, obviously. He stated that he did travel to watch Andy Robertson play for Dundee, and he did make a number of checks on Adama Traore, who was 18 years old at Barcelona at the time. It's quite interesting to see, to be honest, because we did loan Gerard Deulofeu at that time, so it's interesting to see. Maybe Deulofeu came out of one of those trips, or maybe Traore was also being looked at the time. Obviously, he's doing really well at the moment for Wolves. And he did in 2015. He moved to Aston Villa, which I could hardly remember until I read this. And then he went to Middlesbrough. Now he's at Wolves, playing really well. I'm not sure. Let me know. Would you have liked Everton to sign Adama Traore back when Roberto Martinez was the manager? Because from the looks of it, he wasn't great for Villa, he wasn't great for Middlesbrough, and he seems to be fitting in really well at Wolves. Is he one of those players that plays well in a certain system? I think that's probably something to think about. But Andy Robertson, I can't think of too many people who wouldn't take him. Obviously, Luca Dean's our first choice now, but I like him as a player. It's going to be a bit controversial, but because obviously he's at Liverpool now. He's one of the best left backs in the world. So, Roberto Martinez coming out and telling us that he was scouting Robertson and Traore back when he first joined Everton. And moving on to the last piece of news for today, guys, is Glen Kamara. It's emerged that we were interested in him. The Rangers and Finland player. But it's just come out today that Benfica have also joined the list of teams that are interested in him. After he played against the Portuguese Giants in the Europa League, they're looking at taking a gamble on him now. And there's also Newcastle, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace and Southampton who are all interested. I'm not sure on this one. I haven't seen too much of him. But like I said, it's all depth, isn't it? And I think we do need a lot of players. We do need, especially, coming into the end of the season, when after January is done, when the transfer window closes at the end of January, there's not going to be too long left. So I think I have a lot of faith in Brands and Ancelotti, and I think if they like the players, then I like them. And Glen Kamara, he's another one who's come out and has been linked with Everton, but there's a couple of teams who are also interested in taking a punt on him, and that's according to Team Toffee. They've reported on that today, and it's appeared on the Echo. You can find all of this as well, guys, on the Liverpool Echo today. It's just in a news thread, and I'm just packing it down into a little video for you, just so you can get your full fix of Everton news in about 10 minutes or so. So, thanks for watching this one. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you like and subscribe to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And until the next one, I'll see you later.